Welcome to A Push for 5, your daily all-in-one study partner for the AP exam. We'll guide you through real stimulus-based APUS history practice questions. We have a total of over 150 videos that will be uploaded daily. These will go in chronological order, covering every period from pre-Columbus to modern day. We've got this. Here comes a set of questions from Period 3, 1754 to 1800. Question 1. Stimulus. The treaties we make are but temporary truces. Our lands shrink while their settlements grow. Creek leader Alexander McGillivray, 1790. Question. The concerns expressed above were most directly a reaction to A. British reoccupation of western forts. B. U.S. expansion into the Southwest after the Revolution. C. The establishment of the Northwest Ordinance. D. Jefferson's Louisiana Purchase. The correct answer is B. U.S. expansion into the Southwest after the Revolution. Most directly, a reaction to calls for specific cause. McGillivray opposed American settlers pushing into Creek territory after the 1783 Treaty of Paris ceded British lands to the U.S. The other options are later or unrelated. Question 2. Stimulus. See image. The author's argument most clearly expresses opposition to which of the following? A. Protective tariffs. B. The Monroe Doctrine. C. Hamilton's financial program. D. Marbury versus Madison. The correct answer is C. Hamilton's financial program. Most clearly expresses means matches viewpoint. Anti-Federalists decried Hamilton's debt assumption, taxes, and national bank as betrayals of revolutionary frugality. Question 3. The friendship of France has been purchased too dearly. Fisher Ames, Federalist Speech, 1797. Question. Which event most directly prompted the statement above? A. The XYZ affair. B. The Jay Treaty. C. The Whiskey Rebellion. D. The quasi-war with France. The correct answer is A. The XYZ affair. Most directly prompted means pinpoints the immediate trigger. Ames denounced French bribery demands in the XYZ affair, which soured U.S. and French relations. Question 4. Stimulus. The President's proclamation has assumed the powers of Congress and betrayed the cause of liberty. Democratic-Republican editorial, 1793. Question. The statement most directly refers to which of the following? A. Pinckney's Treaty. B. The Jay Treaty. C. The Alien and Sedition Acts. D. Washington's Proclamation of Neutrality. The correct answer is D. Washington's Proclamation of Neutrality. Most directly refers to, asks for identification of the precise event. Republicans viewed Washington's unilateral neutrality as executive overreach. Question 5. Stimulus. A national debt, if it is not excessive, will be to us a national blessing. Alexander Hamilton, 1790. Question. Which statement best explains the reasoning behind Hamilton's view? A. Debt would bind creditors to the federal government's success. B. Borrowing would limit the need for taxation. C. Debt would weaken Britain's influence in America. D. Debt would encourage foreign powers to demand reforms. The correct answer is A. Debt would bind creditors to the federal government's success. Best explains means find underlying rationale. Hamilton believed investors' loyalty would ensure stability and federal authority. Question 6. Stimulus. Letter from Abigail Adams, 1776. Remember, all men would be tyrants if they could. Question. The excerpt most directly challenged. A. The democratic principles of the Revolution. B. Male-dominated legal and political authority. C. The Loyalist position on independence. D. Republican motherhood ideology. The correct answer is B. Male-dominated legal and political authority. Most directly challenged demands target identification. Abigail Adams urged her husband to extend revolutionary equality to women's legal rights. Question 7. Stimulus. A 1795 political cartoon shows Jefferson, guided by the French tricolor, trying to pull down the columns of government while Washington restrains him. Question. The cartoon most clearly reflects which contemporary fear among Federalists? A. That Jeffersonian ideals would lead to mob rule. B. That Britain would retake the colonies. C. That Hamilton planned a military dictatorship. D. That the Supreme Court would limit executive power. The correct answer is A. That Jeffersonian ideals would lead to mob rule. Most clearly reflects means interpret symbolism. Federalists associated Jefferson's sympathy for France with dangerous radical democracy. Question 8. Stimulus. See image. Question. The grievance above most directly paralleled which earlier movement? A. Debates over ratifying the Constitution. B. Regulation of colonial trade under mercantilism. C. Creation of committees of correspondence. D. Resistance to the Stamp Act. The correct answer is D. Resistance to the Stamp Act. Most directly paralleled calls for historical analogy. Both protests targeted taxation without representation. Question 9. Stimulus. The rights of man are not confined to particular boundaries. They are universal. Thomas Paine, Rights of Man, 1791. Question. In the context of the 1790s, the argument above most likely influenced which group in the United States? A. Federalists alarmed by the French Revolution. B. Loyalists seeking reconciliation with Britain. C. Democratic Republicans inspired by revolutionary ideals. D. Enslaved persons migrating to Canada. The correct answer is C. Democratic Republicans inspired by revolutionary ideals. In the context of the 1790s, directs attention to the era's ideological divide. Jeffersonians embraced Paine's democratic rhetoric. Question 10. Stimulus. Religion is a matter which lies solely between man and his God. Jefferson, Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom, 1786. Question. The excerpt best illustrates which broader change in American society during the Revolutionary era? A. Rise of state-supported churches. B. Expansion of individual rights and separation of church and state. C. Decline of Enlightenment influence. D. Revival of Puritan orthodoxy. The correct answer is B. Expansion of individual rights and separation of church and state. Best illustrates means identifying societal trend. Jefferson's statute embodied Enlightenment-inspired religious liberty and the move toward disestablishment. Thanks for watching APush for 5. Let us know in the comments which questions you like the most. If today's practice helped you, tap like, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future videos. And share this with a friend who's also aiming for that 5. If you want more hands-on learning or direct feedback, reach out directly. We'd love to help you take your prep to the next level. See you in the next video.